Welcome back to the Jason Show Home Edition. I like to say we knew her way back when. She was our friend before she got all fancy. She is the senior correspondent for Variety, and also, I'm very proud of this too, Forbes 30 Under 30. But I know her as Elizabeth. You can call her the great Elizabeth Wagmeister. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, I have to tell you, not so fancy, because a little secret for you, Jason. I'm wearing pajama bottoms with this fancy shirt, so not as fancy as you think.
Elizabeth, I'm doing the same. I'm literally wearing like athletic shorts. I'm fancy on top, a mess down there. Yeah.
Right there with you.
Yeah. You know, before we get dishing and stuff, I when we're catching up with friends and we consider you a friend of our show, how are you doing just on a person, human being level?
Thank you for asking. I am really doing just fine. Obviously, everybody is adapting to the new normal, which doesn't feel normal at all, but I'm safe. My family's safe. Thankfully, everyone has their health. So I'm feeling very, very grateful. And the hardest part is just to see the world shut down and see so many people suffering, but no complaints over here. How are you doing, Jason?
You know what? Doing well. I've been trying, and I'm sure you can relate. I've had my down times, but I try to stay optimistic. And just when I think, you know, the world and the people in it are just, I meet good people that kind of lift my spirit. So I focus on that. So I think that's really that's the only thing we can do right now.
That's all we can do. And it's been great to see all these moments of kindness and people being so selfless. I feel like we've seen so much more of that during this, and people feel more connected than ever, which is strange because we're all isolated, but we are seeing some positive come from this.
Let's dish a little bit. You did some exclusive, because what we're going to talk about there, folks, is the fact that, look, we've talked about it in the hot dish. Hollywood is shut down. I mean, Elizabeth and I were joking off air. You walk outside, it's like The Walking Dead, but The Walking Dead isn't even The Walking Dead because nothing is being made in Hollywood. And you recently did some exclusive reporting about a show that's near and dear to our heart. Our producer, Ted, loves, The Bachelorette. What do you know?
So I love The Bachelorette. Just to say, I am not just a reporter who covers the show. I am a fan. So I want the Bachelor franchise to come back. And if your viewers are fans of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they know that usually it's airing right now during summer. So The Bachelorette typically films from March through about May, and then it premieres at the end of May. Well, The Bachelorette was shut down. Their production was completely halted about one day after production even started, because that's when the pandemic shut everything down in Hollywood. So Claire Crawley is the next Bachelorette. She hadn't even met the guys yet. The limo, the arrivals were supposed to happen, and then production was shut down. So I did some exclusive reporting for Variety that they are planning on shooting the season this summer. They're hoping to get back from kind of the beginning to middle of the summer, and they're hoping that they can air the season in September or early fall. Now, of course, with production shut down, with travel restricted, the big question is, how could they even do that, Jason? Well, they're all going to be not safe at home, but safe in some quarantined location where The Bachelorette is going to go on. Claire's journey will continue. So they are right now, they're scouting out locations. Everybody, the contestants, Claire, Chris Harrison, the crew, they will all be tested on their way in. They'll have daily temperature checks, and they'll essentially all be sequestered in this one location where they will go shoot Claire's journey. Now, of course, they can't travel. And if you watch the show, you know there's usually these grand romantic dates where they get on helicopters. That just won't be happening. So they're going to do the best they can.
So there will be no, because as I'm sure you've seen, you know, Real Housewives reunions and Drag Race just did virtual reunions. So this will not be virtual. This will be, they will really be together.
They will really be together. And I think that's a really great point you brought up, because right now we've all gotten used to this kind of normalized Zoom TV. We're watching the Real Housewives. We're watching the voice coaches. They're all digitally, virtually joining. But this will seem like it's a real TV show. Of course, to fans of The Bachelor, they will probably miss some moments like getting on a private plane, getting on a helicopter, going to France, you know, even hometown dates. The big question is, how do they do that? But you bring up a great point, Jason, because looking at the positive, this will be the real deal. It won't be anything virtual.
Well, okay, so there's one show. Now let's talk. I was thinking, okay, because we've covered, I was talking about this earlier, I think last week in an episode. I was thinking of shows like The Price is Right, which rely really on the audience. I mean, shows like
Mhm.
our show and Fallon and Live with they can all do a show without an audience. But I wanted to ask you, an area we haven't covered is award shows. I mean, you know a lot about award shows. I'm showing a beautiful picture of you right here from your Instagram from our sister show, Good Day LA at the Oscars. What have you heard about award shows?
So award shows are a big question mark. And as you said, I cover the Oscars, I cover the Emmys every year. When you think about a red carpet, what you see at home when you turn on E or when you turn on Good Day LA and you see the red carpet, all you see are the reporters and the stars. First of all, that's already a ton of people. But aside from that, you have photographers, you have camera crews, you have the event planners, you have the publicists, and then not just in the theater. For instance, the Oscars are held at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles. That theater alone carries 3,400 people. Then backstage, you have all the media there. So there are thousands of people. Even though the Oscars aren't until February 28th, 2021, it does seem likely that that just won't be doable to get thousands of people in the same area. Now, the bigger problem when we're talking about the Oscars specifically, sure, you can have a ceremony and just say no red carpet, no audience, but what awards are they going to give out? Right now, movie theaters are closed, production is shut down, films haven't been released. So you can't nominate hundreds of movies if hundreds of movies haven't come out during this year and haven't met the typical eligibility period. So the Oscars have a real kind of uphill battle because nobody knows when the movie business is bouncing back. But when you talk about the Emmys, which are sooner, they're this September, so they're 4 months away, still ways away. They do have awards to give out because everything on television has aired. So I am hearing from my sources the Emmys will happen. The big question is just, is there a ceremony? And I'm guessing the answer is no.
Before we let you go, I try to begin or end with a compliment. I just have to say, I was speaking to a dear friend of ours, and our viewers know her because she was on the first season of our show, the executive producer of Good Day LA, Hey Haley, as we call her. I was talking to Haley about you, and I just want to say I haven't publicly said this to you, or even I'm just so proud of you, and I know that sounds because you watching your progression over the last few years, you are just kicking blank and taking names. You're unbelievable reporting about the Me Too movement and the role Hollywood played. You had exclusive upon exclusive, great information, great reporting. You were all over the place. You are so good at what you do. And I just wanted to have the opportunity to tell you, I think you're just one of the best. And
Well,
yeah, you're just fantastic. And I'm so happy that success has found you.
well, thank you. I don't even know how to respond to that except to say, when you're saying I'm so good at what I do, you are the best at what you do. You are so good. The Jason show is just so fun. And I honestly, you started this conversation by asking how I'm doing during this whole pandemic. I'm doing so much better now. And I know that sounds cheesy, but you just have a knack to make people happy. And I know that all your viewers know that because they love you. But you talk to Jason and you can't not smile. So you are so good at what you do, and thank you for bringing positivity into people's lives all the time, but especially now. And I would love to come back and always love to dish with you. And thank you for all your kind words. And I love
Well,
Haley. So shout out to Haley.
I know. Well, and you're in the family because correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to put my foot in the mouth. You're doing stuff for our sister show, right? You're appearing on Good Day LA.
Yes, so I am on Good Day LA now during this pandemic. I work for Variety. I'm the senior correspondent at Variety. I've been there for almost 6 years. And at Variety, our whole newsroom, we're reporting, as we just spoke about, on the uncharted effects that the business of Hollywood is going through with the pandemic. So now every day, twice a day, 6:45 a.m. and 9:45 a.m., I'm on Good Day LA to bring my reporting and inform your sister station in LA and all their viewers with what's going on in the biz. And you can live stream too. So your viewers can check that out as well.
That's right. Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much. And please come back very, very soon.
I would love to. Thank you, Jason. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow Elizabeth on social media. We'll put it right down there. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.